The past perfect tense. The past perfect tense is used to indicate an action that was completed before another action in the past. It is formed using the past tense of the auxiliary verb have, had, and the past participle of the main verb.
The basic structure is subject plus had plus past participle of the main verb.
Here are some common usages along with examples. Completed action before something in the past. She had already eaten when I arrived. They had finished the project before the deadline. Sequential actions in the past. He had studied French for several years before he moved to Paris. By the time we got to the cinema, the movie had already started. Unreal past conditions. If she had known about the traffic, she would have left earlier. I wish I had taken the job offer when it was presented to me. Reported speech. She said she had visited London before. He told me he had never seen such a beautiful sunset. Expressions of time with before and after. Before I went to bed, I had read a few chapters of the book. After they had finished their homework, they went out to play. Remember, the past perfect tense is often used in conjunction with other past tenses, such as simple past, to show the sequence of events. It helps to convey the idea that one action was completed before another action took place in the past. Here are some more positive sentences in the past perfect tense. She had completed her degree before she started working. By the time we arrived, they had already prepared dinner. The team had won the championship 3 times before their defeat. He had saved enough money to buy a car. Before the concert, the musicians had rehearsed for weeks. By the age of 30, she had traveled to 5 different countries. The company had achieved significant growth in the previous year. They had met each other long before they became business partners. Before moving to the city, she had lived in a small town. The students had studied hard, and they all passed the exam. Here are some more negative sentences in the past perfect tense. She hadn't finished her homework before the teacher collected it. By the time I got to the store, they hadn't restocked the shelves. The project hadn't been completed when the deadline arrived. He realized he hadn't saved the document after the computer crashed. Before the trip, they hadn't researched the destination thoroughly. The company hadn't implemented the new policy before the complaints started. She hadn't heard the news until her friend told her. By the time they arrived at the party, the guests hadn't started dancing yet. They hadn't met each other until the company retreat last year. The team hadn't scored any goals until the last few minutes of the game. Here are some more interrogative sentences in the past perfect tense. Had she finished the assignment before the deadline? Had they already left when you arrived at the party? Had you visited that museum before your trip to London? Had the team won any championships before last season? Had he realized his mistake before you pointed it out? Had the project been completed by the time the client reviewed it? Had they learned about the event before they decided to attend? Had you ever traveled abroad before your recent vacation? Had the students studied the material before the exam? Had the company achieved its financial goals by the end of the fiscal year? Hope you have understood the lesson clearly. Thanks for watching.